Let's.
Oh yeah, let me pull up the stream.
Yeah, we are. We appear to be live, and I can let everybody know.
Hello, Heaven.
Weekly Heat is
Heaven, what
live.
time is it?
Heaven's in.
What time is it for you right now? Because this is even later than Weekly he normally is.
That's true. We usually do more like 5 to 6 range rather than 7 to 8. We got Dom as well. Hey, Dom. 1 a.m.
1
You're
a.m.
a true a true citizen of the VBL.
hmm
No matter
hmm
where in the planet somebody is. If they're up at 1 a.m. for weekly heat, then it's
I mean, it was
all
it was
it's all
after
good.
earning
Got
the role
Jordan
of
as well.
least loyal viewer, I believe, that
Yeah,
uh
I
that
didn't give you
mandates
that
you
one.
have to come. You have to come after that.
I didn't give you that
Hi,
one.
Jordan.
Alrighty.
And Daddy's here too. We got a good crew.
Yeah, we're doing all right. How are the two of us sounding to the chat there? Looks like Firefalls is peaking a little bit in my mixer, but it sounds okay actually, so I'm not too worried about it. But let me know if one or the other of us need adjusted.
Yeah, I can always turn down some settings on my mic too if it's
No,
easier that way.
I would rather it all be controlled by me. That way, I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
then make other adjustments if needed and stuff like that.
Yeah, sounds good. Oh,
But
you know what? I didn't see Beartick there, but sneaking out from underneath the logo.
yeah, I got it sneaking there. Firefalls is a touch loud. Okay, let me. I was suspecting that, so I'm gonna just drop you by like zero point 0.5 because you were peeking up into my red zone there a little bit,
hmm
whereas I am not. So okay, we should be good. Alrighty, it's season 15. It's your first daddy plan, right?
Yeah, it is my
Yeah,
first daddy plan.
yeah,
I
yeah.
was not around for the last one.
Which was actually a long time. It was, I think, season 8.
Yeah, well before my time.
Yeah,
I joined
yeah,
with 12. Yeah.
yeah. So it's been a while, and the first half of a daddy plan is just like it's just a regular season, and you're like, oh right, but it matters next time. It was 7. Thank you, Heaven. I was close.
Yeah, I came into the daddy plan just kind of expecting it to feel like another low tier, and then the draft happened, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, this is different. This
So
is very different.
yeah, we'll talk about the draft for a minute. I suppose it kind of was crazy. So the points thing. Point budgets were too
Yeah.
high,
Yeah.
but so the reason we did so our thought was basically me and Poppin locked it in at 110, thinking we an average points per mon spent of 10. So like the average Pokemon on a team would be 10 points, but not realizing there wasn't enough like points on the board. Like Pokemon were not really pointed high enough to justify that as a realistic option.
hmm
So even
Yeah,
though
there
the
are.
average points of a non-bag mon was slightly higher than it was last season, actually, it was like 7.2 for non 1 point mons was the average point cost last season, and it was 7.8 this season. But there just wasn't enough on that top end to justify
No.
it.
I
But
mean, I'm looking at the daddy draft board, and there are three mons that remain above 7 points, and they're
yeah,
all
it's
chlorophyll
crazy.
users. They're
Yeah.
all chlorophyllers. Like even past seven, seven has a couple. Six is completely gone. Five is nearly wiped out. It's only when you get to four and below that like you still have options. So,
Yeah.
like this was a complete blockout board. Crazy.
Yeah. This also kind of gave us a little bit of a taste of like, what if we did a free draft with no points? Almost.
hmm
And it's not quite the same, but the answer is kind of it goes fine. So
My my
maybe
question
I'll bring
is,
back the push for a no points of a free draft season at some point with this as
it'd be
a
interesting
test
to
case.
see. It'd be interesting to see how people value different mods, I guess, when it comes to that, because in a board where anything can go for anything, you
Yeah,
know,
exactly. Seems
you got to really
interesting, right?
prioritize.
I
Yeah.
I, I think
My question is, when are we going to commit to the Daddy Plan Part 3 when Blossom is the highest remaining top tier?
we could do a Daddy Plan Part 3 tournament or something like that. I think we did that last time
That could be
also,
fun.
where people could build six mon teams from the scraps, and then we just ran a tournament.
Yeah, that would be fun. That'd be fun.
So maybe we could do that. I think it's maybe a lot to ask of a full season with those dregs,
Yeah. Oh no,
but
I mean, at that point, it's almost. I mean, it's just like not fully evolved
without any of the
VGC.
good NFEs, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got
Yeah.
like Sliggoo Hisui. You got Minfu. You can do a little. You got Litten. Not that much though. Yeah, we're really scraping to the bottom of the barrel now.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got four matches to watch. I added a fourth to the schedule that I didn't tell you about.
Yeah, perfect. I'm excited to see what it is.
So we're gonna start though with Dan versus Rock. This is game one, and we can go ahead and get it started. These are both teams. Like I like these mons. I say that so much, and some of that is just because I like lots of Pokemon. Like I think most of the
Yeah.
Pokemon are at least pretty good. But like
I mean, yeah, these teams
Yanmega,
also both have
Duskrock,
premium.
Mabostiff,
I'm looking at those premium
Braviary.
dark types after Sukaba took them all off the board. These teams
Yeah,
both
and
got pretty good ones.
still good. Some
Mabostiff's
good ones.
good. Yeah. Samurai Hisui.
It's quite good.
Yeah.
Whatever, Heaven. Braviary Hisui. If this isn't its season to shine, I don't know what is, but I feel like maybe it might be pretty good this season.
We'll
Tinted
see.
Lens with good attacking types and a reasonable attacking stat, like it just has never been that really. It's on crappy bug types. I don't know. I remain hopeful.
Yeah, I think it kind of demands Terra if you really want to see it shine with its awkward speed tier, but you never know. I mean,
Yeah,
Tinted Lens, Esper Wing, Tailwind, I mean, you could get something going.
the average Pokemon is slower than it used to be. So more brutal. At least you're not saying something silly like you have more faith in Wigglytuff than in Braviary Hisui, though. Haven't. No, I'm just
I have faith in my Wigglytuff. I'm
messing
excited
with
to
you.
see it pop off.
Honestly, the reason I give Wigglytuff so much crap is because not only does everybody that drafts it say all the same things and how this time it will be good for the same reasons that everyone else has already said, but also I fall for that every season. My first thought is, oh, maybe it's good this time, and then it never
It's just more
is.
disappointing.
Yes, exactly.
Well, okay, I did bring it week one. It didn't hit the field
I know it
because
didn't.
Ploppy only brought one of the Fairy Week mons
Yeah, yeah.
versus I think the three of them on the team. So I was like, okay, it's not worth it. But it will come. It will come and it will do something.
I hope so.
Mark my
I'm telling
words.
you, my hate, you know, my hate comes from a place of hope.
We'll see if we can turn it around.
All right, so let's fire this one up. So
Yeah.
as is often the case here, we're gonna start with a match of haymakers. We get some rough switch in there. Not exactly. Not exactly what Dan was hoping for, I assume, but did trade off dark types.
Yeah, just a 1-2 immediately. And then yeah. I mean just everything's going down
the
Yeah.
Terra ground to have
Turn two.
bulldoze plus bulldoze discharge for Disquake with the serial numbers filed off, and it's just kill, 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 kill.
Yeah. Yeah, not quite a three-turn shutout. Because Braviary hits the Hurricane,
Yeah,
but then that's it.
and then is dead. Yeah, but
Yeah, like
yeah,
in low tier, when you bring your super offensive mons and your opponent brings super offensive mons, I guess it just matters who goes first.
it's just yeah. Then you just want to compare your speed stats, and it turns out 178 is much higher than anything that Rock brought. Well, I guess
Yeah.
except for Sneasel, but
I gotta wonder what the Sneasel was holding if Bulldoze, I mean, even Terra on Bulldoze I mean, like, no Focus Sash. Probably not a Violite, because I think a Violite survived, so maybe it's Banded? Maybe it's Scarfed? I'm not
maybe it's
sure.
banded. Could have been Cloak as well. I don't know if there's any fake out on Dan's team off the top of my head or not. So maybe that wasn't. It may or may not have been something Rock was concerned with. But
Hmm.
yeah, Accelerock doing 75% into Braviary on that with that Accelerock hit there.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I mean,
Huge,
Tux,
huge damage.
Tux in the chat said, good Tart types still left as they both get KO'd turn one. Very true. Close combat. Close combat, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between.
Yeah, high base power
Sash,
moves go a long way for sure.
was there no Sash? I mean, Samurott went down in one hit, right? So no Sash on Samurai either?
Yep, no sash on Samurott, no sash on Sneasel. The Avalug we learn in game two. Oh no, this Avalug was not sturdy because this Avalug got one
Hmm.
shot by the bulldoze.
Interesting.
So yeah, maybe sash on the Braviary with an intention of maybe using it to set tailwind.
Yeah, it could be. It could
Appleton
be.
probably wants a berry most of the time.
Yeah, there are your leftovers.
Yeah, so maybe no sash,
Well,
which is a choice.
well, that's your warning, guys. If you're warning really frail offensive mons, run a Sash.
Yeah, it's a very good item.
Yeah.
As Jordan likes to point out, one of the best. So
All
pack
right, what do we
your
have next?
pack your focus sashes. All right, second up we've got
Ooh.
game one, Jace versus LS. So Beartick made the stream this week, but this is not exactly a game where Beartick covers itself in glory. It does better in game two.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
this
Let's
one's
say
kind of
Spectre too.
this one's kind of the Jace show
I
in
helped
this game one.
I helped Jason mock this one, and I ran Scarf on Flygon, expecting to outspeed and shut down most of the team. Turns out Sneasel is Scarf here, so it is faster than everything, and I think that's the main reason why Dun Dun Sparks gets to just blow the opponent up.
Yeah,
And I
this
think we see that here, yeah.
Sneasel, yeah, having Scarf. Yep, and that is what we're gonna see here. The Scarf Sneasel to outspeed Slush Rush Beartick, and everything else too as a result, is pretty is certainly a call that not everyone would have made. That's sort of the Daddy Plan Part 2 version of Regieleki with a scarf.
Hmm.
But yeah, so we see LS has a pretty good plan to prevent this Sneasel from doing anything, which is be in the snow, and hit it with priority plus fast bear tick to kill it before it can do anything. But so we get that priority, and then the
And
scarf,
it's faster.
yeah, it's faster than the bear tick anyway.
Such a good prep call. And yeah, this stored power is just, I mean, it's hard to
It's
get rid of the Dunsparce to begin with, and now with that like amount of, special attack increase, and it's fast and it has stored power. Yeah.
so this is so this stored power is base what? So it starts as 20. This makes it 60. This makes it 100. This makes it 160, 180. A lot.
It's a lot. It's somewhere between 140 and 180.
Yeah, something
Someone
like
in the chat
that.
can do the math.
This is +4, +2, so it's 8. So it's plus
Yeah.
160, and it starts with a base of 20.
Yeah, it's
So it
180.
must be 180. Yeah,
Absolutely nice.
and then a
I
great
like the
protect
protects.
call. Yeah,
Yeah, now you can guarantee that there's nothing that has a focus sash so that you can just clean up.
yeah, and you can scarf beat up to break sashes. And I think in game 2 we see Blizzard out of this Abomasnow as well, so it's 3 ice moves.
Interesting. Interesting to go for Ice Beam rather than Blizzard. I mean, it does more damage than Spread, but you have
Yeah,
a better freeze
and
chance just overall with Blizzard.
multiple fast mons with weather setting abilities, right? You've got Sneasel has definitely Rain Dance, and I think also Sunny Day. Gengar gets Rain Dance and Sunny Day both. When your Dodun Sparse is at plus is at +4, it can maybe set, so maybe just valuing the consistency. No, we saw the Abomasnow had Ice Beam, so maybe it doesn't have Blizzard. We don't see Blizzard. Maybe that's what's
Yeah,
different
if
there.
you mean Blizzard, maybe not.
Yeah, so Jace just wipes the whole team with this plus a billion stored power.
I
And
don't think this is the last time we're going to see Dunsparce do this exact thing. If for those of you who actually caught the exhibition match, we kind of buried it in chat. I don't think either of us really wanted to reveal too much of our strategy, but Jace brought this as well, and it swept me game 1, and I really had to adapt after that.
yeah, I
It's
do like so.
Yeah.
Jace does not just rely on it for the rest
Mhm.
of the set either. Like, they had other useful stuff to do, right? Gengar was an annoying curse body encore, miserable grind.
Yeah, we did see that. That was truly unfortunate. But I think that was game 2, which was the one LS won. So, thankfully not game
True.
ending.
Yeah, and then took it to a game 3, and Jace wins the third game there. So,
Hmm.
relying on some paralysis in that third game, but I would say more to as speed control, and the RNG is a nice bonus to kind of tilt the odds, but certainly did not win it on win a game they would have otherwise lost without the
Yeah, no, Chimeco
without the
was
full
eating up the
paralysis.
hits. Yeah.
All right,
Very, very
third.
good value pick, I think.
Yeah, and surprising setup sweeper to Dunsparce. We'll see how often that gets to happen here before, I don't know, people start bringing Terra Darks or something, and then you've got the Lucario, and you've got the close combo
the Justified.
on your Sneasel. Like, who knows what ends up happening here.
Yeah. I wouldn't put it past Jace to put a scarf on Sneeze or on Lucario just to underspeed Sneasel while 1 point and you speed up. You never know.
Could be, yeah. All right. Third of 4 battles here. This is game 2 of the late played Pancake versus Camo.
Yes.
So the reason I
The rock slide heavy set.
Yeah, it was a rock slide heavy head. The thing I liked about this game, so we'll go ahead and get the leads up here. So this is the same leads as game 1, with Rampardos and Bombardier both rock sliding turn 1 of both games, and Pancake getting a crit that kills Dodrio on turn 1 of game 1. That crit, which does not happen in this second match here, leaves Dodrio able to set Tailwind. Camo gets the KO just like last time, and Camo is then able to, reposition.
Wow. That head smash through Reflect to a Cloister that terrestrialized outside of its weakness did 76%. Holy.
Yeah. In Tailwind, this Rampardos, very scary. So the fact that the Tailwind was not able to get up game 1 and was game 2, hugely different. And Camo, I like the discipline of saying, sure, I got that crit, so I didn't get the Tailwind. My plan was not really successful, but that doesn't mean it was the wrong thing to do. So I'm gonna do it again. I like that, trust in the odds and trust in the plan that you have as a reasonable one. And
I really
as
like
we
that.
see here, Camo is gonna win this second game here.
Yeah, now we have speed control and fake out online with Morkrem too.
Yeah. And so Pancake essentially never out of this game, particularly when that Belly Bolt doesn't die to the Aquajet and gets to basically kill a Basculin. But the this turn here, where Dodrio is still around to set a second Tailwind, is also huge, right? Because you then have the Terra flying, you can kill the Howlucha in one hit and wins a 0-0, which is excellent. But lots of huge damage into Reflect and still killing from Camo. Just huge attack stats on some of the mons on this team. And yeah, a good job to Camo of identifying that the plan is a good one and sticking with it in spite of some rough RNG in the previous game.
Yeah, very well played. And seeing a 0-0 is always fun, I gotta say.
Yeah, a 0-0 is always fun. And I also like that Pancake sticks with the game 1 lead as well. Like, I think both of them made reasonable decisions to stick with the game 1 lead. Because they both had good pivot, like they were both making good in-game decisions and capitalizing on the things that went in their favor in each game. So well done to both players. It's a good
these
set.
are seasoned players. Yeah.
And watch the whole thing.
Right, time for the game that I'm not aware of, but I can see in the preview.
We've got our fourth and final game of the night here. This is game 3 of Sukaba versus Daddy. Game 1, we had Sukaba's Espeon run away with it, really showing off the benefit of high base attacking stats plus high speed in a world of lots of middling numbers.
That Terra Fairy Dazzling Gleam.
An otherwise not that great Pokemon gets a chance to shine in the kind of weirdness of the Daddy plan. On the other hand, we've got Kingdra here, which somehow managed to sneak past and make it into Daddy Plan Part 2 here. Just showing that, Scope Lens plus a crit boost plus Draco Meteor is still good and is still going to kill stuff. So they kind of take turns, games 1 and game 2, kind of stomping each other with their primary offensive pieces, and then we get this game 3 that is pretty exciting here. We get some frisks that Sukaba already knew from earlier games. The the sleep powder here, in watching this set, it kind of feels like the Dusknoir is asleep for like 11 turns.
Mm.
But it is just a 3-turn sleep, and it manages to just sit around the whole time and just keep being asleep. But it feels like a lot, I think, because of the turn 1 helping hand. So it had already moved on that first turn. Huge miss with this Muddy Water here. And I like the Terra Fire in this game 3 from the Kingdra as well, allowing it to live these Dazzling Gleams much, much better.
Mm-hmm. And another huge miss. Both sides have gotten the benefit now.
Getting a good miss here. And yeah, so the Espeon is going to go down here. Both trading 1 Mon, and the Dusknoir finally waking up. Going to do some more helping hand.
Great Rage Powder there. You get that one last really big attack off.
Yep, and lots of crits as well in this third game. Daddy playing kind of patient. Pitaya Berry to raise its attack to then fully
and
KO
all that HP is back.
Yeah. And now we've got Kingdra looking for a triple protect and just not able to find it. Sakaba's able to clinch it out on what ends up a much safer end game, but was extremely precarious there for a minute.
Absolutely. That was a very intense match. But yeah, very well played on both sides. I mean, RNG's part of it, so the Muddy Water misses, definitely unfortunate. But I think both players played very well with their teams, and they played very well into each other. And the Megahorn tech was really cool into Appleton.
Yeah, it's probably not something that's going to get brought many more times. I would imagine things like Sleep Powder and Focus Energy much more common brings throughout the season, but Daddy's never been one to shy away from the tech move, and very nearly won in this third set here. I would not be surprised if that was a roll for the Megahorn to kill the Appleton, but I also would not be surprised if it was never going to kill it, because Appleton is so bulky.
Yeah, let me do some calcs. I mean, we don't have the EVs, but if you have a max attack and 0 defense, then okay. So if you're max HP, you're never dying to it. So probably not a roll, if I had to guess.
Probably not.
Because
this
Appleton's probably invested in some kind of way. But
yeah,
I mean, leaving on 8%.
When you have one of the stat boosting berries, you want to have a good chance of getting to that low percent without dying, and on a bulky mon like Appleton, that generally means a lot of HP. So
yeah,
probably.
I mean, Pitaya Berry's actually really smart here, because depending on how Rhyhorn was invested, I think it survived Giga Drain, so it was actually really impactful.
Yeah, to hit that +1 from the Pitaya Berry. And I think so. I don't 100% know how Ripen would have worked if it was Ripen. It just gets a health bonus on the second time, right? It doesn't get the Pitaya Berry effect a second time.
Yeah, no. So this is probably just gluttony, expecting to drop below 50% to get the boost, but because you're in the red anyways, you're gonna get it.
Yeah. Gotcha. And
but some cool tech there, yeah.
Yeah, we had the Thwacky showing up in an earlier game along with Hawlucha, but I think every mon except Greedent hit the field in this 3-game set, if I remember correctly. So
that sounds right to me. I don't remember Greedent being there, but everything else looks familiar.
Yep. Awesome. Well, that's our week 1 Heat games. There's some other fun ones too. So we had a whole bunch of other Pokemon in the thumbnail here. So we had the Ursa Ring from whose Ursa Ring was it?
Prime Sparks. Yeah.
Prime Sparks'
The thing
Ursa
went
Ring.
nuclear. Like, convincing me that it was just an Ursa Luna in disguise.
Yeah. And doing the same thing that I talk about being important with Ursa Luna, which is getting on the field when you have the speed control, and Ursa Luna is going to be able to attack first. So, well done there. Although Ferret does end up winning the set, but that's fine. We have the Morgrem. We saw a Morgrem, but the Morgrem on here was actually for the Electric versus Tux match.
Was that the paralysis?
Yeah.
Game?
Exactly. Yeah.
That was rough.
Grand Bull from the Ray J Star match. Both Lycanrocs pretty good this week. Both Jordan's and Dan's. Both Vaporeons also showing
top
up
of the combined KO leaderboard.
Yeah, crazy. Veluza and Ludicolo. From where's my notes on which matches those were from? Veluza from Steve's Final Gambit Veluza, and Keith's Ludicolo. And then we've got both Funguses doing good stuff this week as well.
Fungus is legit. I think I had a match against Ryan, Rhino Gigs, where Fungus, it was a very close set, but Fungus, I just did not prep enough for it, and that was the ultimate reason that I lost. It's bulkier than Amoonguss is. I mean, it doesn't get the item slot that Amoonguss can use for healing, but its bulk is like kind of disguised.
Yeah, it's a real mon that you have to really be worried about. And then Beartick's peeking
especially
there.
With 15 speed, yeah.
It's maybe not Beartick's week, but Beartick did have a good game. Versus versus Jace.
Beartick will be on Weekly Heat. I think that is LS's entire season goal. So I am not going to be surprised. Yeah.
Because it was this time, and it Terra Ghosted and got one shot by a base 180 Terra Psychic stored power to Dunsparce.
You know what? I mean, baby steps. You get on Weekly Heat as the victim, and you make your way up to being the killer. Sometimes
great.
You have to be the fodder.
Looking forward to it. I am absolutely on Beartick Watch 2025. Let me tell you, I am dialed in on Bearticks. LS is in my brain.
Dialed on Wigglytuff too. It will come. I'll pull up some unexpected tech.
I'm always dialed in on Wigglytuff. That's why I'm so hard on it. Awesome. Well, thanks for hopping in and chatting with me here.
Thanks for having me.
We're ticking just a few minutes past a half an hour here, which is about how long I like it to be. So, rock and roll, man. Any words of wisdom for the fans?
Words of wisdom. I'm coming up short. If y'all saw the halftime show at the Super Bowl, or if you haven't seen it yet, if you haven't seen Kendrick Lamar's performance, you should go watch that. That's all I have to say this week.
All right, watch Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show performance. And my words of wisdom is bring Focus Sash. It's a very good item.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot. We love you very much, except for Daddy, who has only hate in